Hello, welcome. So today we're going to be taking a look at am I overreacting? So yeah, if that sounds like something you'd be interested in listening along to with me today, then please do stick around and enjoy. And don't forget to like and subscribe, please, thank you. Okay, first post, am I overreacting by how I responded? My boyfriend is upset with me for skipping my workout routine today. Already giving your boyfriend a side eye. I don't like that. Context. I'm going on 10 weeks pregnant and honestly just exhausted most of the time. Oh, I hear you. I hated being pregnant both times. Absolutely despised it. Never felt worse well, that's a lie. I have felt worse in my life, but I still hated it. I used to go to the gym regularly, but now with how I've been feeling lately, I haven't had the motivation to work out as much. My boyfriend got upset with me this morning because I said I would be skipping again. We talked about this before I became pregnant and made an agreement that I would try to maintain my mental and physical health. I mean, yes, it's good to do. I find it weird that that would be an agreement that you would have to come to prior to becoming pregnant. I'm getting controlling vibes already. How about anyone else? Anyone else picking up on that, or is that just me? He sees this, amongst a few other things, as me falling back on my word. It led to these texts with him calling me toxic and depressing. Am I overreacting, or is it him that is being insensitive to what I'm going through? I have already formed an opinion, but we will continue to read, just in case. So we have the messages. OP's house boyfriend is in grey and OP is in blue. Morning, beautiful. Don't forget that shake. I'm going to help you a lot. Trust. Thanks, babe, but I don't think I feel like moving around too much today. I'll probably take a walk tonight if I feel better. And then a meme that says, everything hurts and I'm dying. It really does feel like that at the start. I mean, I know some people have really good pregnancies where they feel great. Not me. So I feel this OP's pain so much. And then the boyfriend says, lol, really? You shouldn't have morning sickness anymore. Oh, piss off. Ooh, Dr. Shithouse boyfriend in the house. If that's the case, then we need to get that checked. It's very normal to have ongoing sickness through pregnancies. It's quite common. I'm still sore, okay? And I slept like shit last night. And yeah, I don't think I'm keeping the shakedown anyway. I don't want to deal with this right now. Look, I know things aren't ideal right now, but we haven't got to the hard part yet, and you're already giving up. Just putting it out there, I'm concerned. You try building an entire human inside your body and see how you feel. At least try to stretch and I'll come rub you down on my break. Honestly, the most off-putting idea I've heard yet. I'm giving up because I don't feel like working out today? Yeah, I already see how today is going to go, so please stop talking to me. And then she quotes where he says, obviously, at least try to stretch and I'll come rub you down on my break, and just says, no, I don't want that. I wouldn't either. What the hell do you want then? The fuck? I'm trying to help you out and be accommodating, and all I get is fucking tantrums and bullshit from you. What have you done for me? Bet you can't even remember, because I sure as hell don't. Ah, yes, because it's such a nice thing when someone's trying to control your every move in your life. Why does no one do that for me? I'm missing out. Just stop, babe. Like, I get you're trying to help, but certain things like this make me feel worse. That's cool. You're better off not playing the victim role and feeling sorry for yourself, because that's my biggest pet peeve. Exactly what I'm talking about. Holy shit. You're so inconsiderate. It's insane. Like, do you even hear yourself sometimes? Lol, here comes the gaslighting. We are arguing because I'm trying to help you. I swear you're toxic as fuck. It's getting depressing. And then OP just says, whatever. Honestly, this guy, like sitting there telling your pregnant missus that it's not normal to feel sick. For one, if you're gonna be a dumbass and you're gonna be like trying to tell someone how their body should be feeling, fact check yourself first so you don't make yourself look like a complete idiot. Honestly though, this just gives controlling vibes, and the way that he made the OP agree to keeping their physical health, like working out and stuff. I have a feeling there is an undertone to that he wants the OP to look a certain way. And I have a feeling that someone like this is going to expect the OP to spring back to pre-birth body straight away. And when that doesn't happen, because it very rarely does unless you've got a lot of money and you live in Hollywood and you've got people to cinch you in, he's going to be extraordinarily disappointed. And their relationship is going to go downhill pretty bloody fast. So down in the comments, Downtown Wealth 5908 says, "Oh my god, I'm 10 weeks pregnant too. Wife of a gym manager and personal trainer, and my husband would never speak to me like that. I haven't been able to go to the gym for almost a month and honestly only move because I have to take care of my older kids. The morning sickness doesn't just disappear at 10 weeks, and pushing it at that stage isn't healthy, especially if it doesn't feel right. You'll have plenty of time to get back on track later. Sorry your boyfriend seems to severely lack empathy and is pushing you for what reason? Just tell him to shut the up. He has no idea what your body is going through. Sorry, I just got extra worked up on your behalf. Hang in there." Literally though, like nothing was wrong in what they said. Hit the nail on the head, basically. And then Mama Bear 2 says, "Yeah, what the fuck is this guy talking about? 10 weeks is normal time to be feeling tired and sick during pregnancy. That was actually the worst time for me feeling tired. I could have taken like 5 naps each day. This guy is a total dick." I remember with my first, I was doing care work and I would have a stint where I would have a couple of clients that were all in the same sort of like assisted living building. So it wasn't like a care home. They all had their own apartments and a few of them didn't need anyone to check in. They just lived there because there was always someone there just in case of a fall. And then some needed care. And I must have been at this point probably about 10 weeks pregnant, I'd say. And I was so tired that if I had even half an hour between the people that I would have to go and see, I went in the staff room and I would just curl up on the sofa and take like the quickest power nap I could get. Because yeah, it was exhausting, honestly. And then Swimming Marzipan 69 says, "I had morning sickness up until the day I gave birth. Some men really love to speak on things they know nothing about." Yeah, I did. I had awful, especially with my second. Oh my god. I puked on the HCA right before actually going into labour. I felt so bad. The poor woman. Am I overreacting if I break up with my boyfriend over this? Me, 18F, and my boyfriend, 18M, were having an argument for a whole day because I wanted him to stop calling me names. He wouldn't stop dragging the argument, but expected me to just get over it. So I said to him that he can't expect me to get shut up while he's still making comments, and he ignored my message. An hour later, he started attacking me and told me I make him depressed. It really throws me when people use the term attacking for like someone just having a go at you. Because, like, attacking to me, where I'm from, is literally if someone decides to belt you on. So I'm always like, do they mean, like, an actual attack? Or are they referring to verbally just, like, having a go? He has lost friends since being in a relationship with me, but this was all of his own accord. And I've never asked him to stop being friends with anyone. He says he did it for me because he'd made sacrifices, because he cares, so that's why it's my fault. Is it an overreaction if I break up with him for saying all this to me? And is it really my fault that he's left people for me? No, he has autonomy. No, it's not, unless you've told him to, then obviously yes, it would be. This all does seem quite sort of immature relationship. You know, they're only 18. It's just one of those where they're just learning to be in a relationship. He sounds extremely immature and he should not be calling names. And the OP should be leaving him. Like, don't argue with him all day. Don't give him the time of day. Just get rid of him. So then her boyfriend goes on to post something somewhere, I don't know, Snapchat maybe, saying, "You've ruined my life. You've left me trapped. I fucking hate you." Honestly, just leave him. Leave him. I know they're only 18 and you can tell by the fact that it's quite immature in the way that obviously the relationship is, with him calling names and arguing, constantly dragging out an argument. Don't engage. If he wants to drag out an argument, let him talk to the wall. Don't engage. Leave him. Don't put up with people like that. They're not worth it. And the only way the OP would be at fault for him getting rid of friends is if the OP had told him that he had to get rid of those friends. And unless that happened, then obviously not. No, there's no fault for the OP here. So, down in the comments, Fluxing Person says, a lot of people trying to be gentle with you in the comments, so let me be the slapping on the wrist that you need. He, 1, called you names. 2, dragged the arguments and expects you to sit there and show him that you should feel guilty. 3, talked over you. 4, ignored your feelings. 5, disregards you as a person. 6, blamed you for being in a relationship with you because he cannot handle being in a relationship. Yeah, exactly. Like, he should just leave. 7, why me attitude and verbally abusing you. Girl, be for real. You have 7 reasons to leave his ass. And then Odd Taylor 5733 says, 8, blames you for his mistakes, e.g. loss of friends. And then Lankyard 7813 says, tell him to go back to high school to mature. Honestly, he's not mentally left yet, has he really? He really hasn't. This is one of those relationships you have when you're younger that teaches you something. It teaches you what you shouldn't put up with and what are big old red flags. And he is a walking red flag. Get rid. Next post, am I overreacting for moving out after my mother turned my lab coat into dishcloths? Now, there was a picture to go with this, but I really didn't see the point in putting up. It's literally just some dishcloths, so, you know, there's nothing really to see. I, 26M, have been living with my parents while at university to save some money. When I started uni, I had to buy a 100% cotton lab coat, which I've used for all my practical courses. I got it customised with my name embroidered on the breast pocket, the university's coat of arms on the shoulder, etc. Last week, I finally finished the last lab class I needed to graduate. I was really excited to be finally finishing uni, and when I told the family over dinner, my mother made a comment like, so you won't be needing to use that old lab coat anymore? I didn't think anything of it at the time and just answered, I think not, but I might want to keep it as a keepsake though. Cut to yesterday. I was looking for the lab coat but couldn't find it anywhere. I asked my mum if she'd seen it since she has that magic mum vision to find anything you've been looking for in 2 seconds, which translates as no one actually looks for anything properly. Honestly, I have this in my house all the time. The kids will come up to me and be like, Mum, I can't find this. And I'm like, it's right there. It is right there. You had to move one thing to see it. And in fact, you could see it behind that one thing. Why does no one move things to look for stuff? What the hell? Anyway, we're getting off topic again. She simply said, no, I haven't seen it since you last wore it. Maybe it was misplaced in your brother's room or it was in the dirty laundry. I checked both places. Nothing. At first, I figured I must have left it at my grandmother's house since I sometimes stay there during the week. It's closer to campus. I went over and started looking. My grandma saw me getting frustrated and asked what I was looking for. My lab coat, I can't seem to find it anywhere. Oh, she said. A few days ago, your mother came over with it and some old clothes. She asked me to cut it up and make it into dishcloths, seeing as it was good cotton. I was stunned. She then went to the kitchen and came back with a stack of newly sewn dishcloths. I could see the original stitching on it. I was dumbfounded. I went straight home and confronted my mother. After trying to dodge the question, she had finally admitted it. Her defence was, you won't be needing it anymore, and since it was such good material, it was the perfect solution. Have you never heard of a keepsake? What is wrong with you? This is where I exploded. I told her that that wasn't the point. The point is that it was my property, and she had absolutely no right to take it, lie to my face about it, and then have it destroyed without even asking me. It was my decision to make, not hers. I was so angry at the total lack of respect that I packed a bag and left. I'm staying with my grandma, who feels terrible, though I told her it's not her fault, until I can sort out my own place. My mum is telling everyone I'm having a childish tantrum and that moving out over a piece of cloth is a massive overreaction. No, it's not, because there's sentimental value in that. There really is. And not only that, even if there wasn't, you don't just do that with someone else's belongings without asking first. What is wrong with you? Here's the thing. The coat wasn't some priceless family heirloom. Sure, I wanted to keep it as a keepsake of what I went through, but honestly, if she had just asked me, hey, you're done with this, can I give it to grandma to make dishcloths? I would probably have considered it. What I can't get over is the fact that she deliberately went behind my back, took my property, and then lied about it. Am I overreacting for moving out over the principle of the thing, even if I wasn't that attached to the coat itself? No, of course not. I'd be fuming if someone just took something of mine and cut it up and then lied about it. Like, that is really disrespectful. Like, OP is not wrong in thinking that and feeling that way. Some additional context. My grandmother worked as a seamstress for years. Because of this, our family has a habit of giving her old clothes that aren't in good enough shape to donate to make into dishcloths, pillowcases, etc. However, it's always a decision made by the owner of the piece of clothing. My lab coat was in perfect condition. It had some wear marks and a few minor stains from experiments, sure, but it was 100% usable and, more importantly, mine. And I'm not being funny. As a certified germaphobe and someone who constantly thinks that I'm going to accidentally poison myself with something, I wouldn't want to have a lab coat as dishcloths. What has been on that lab coat? What has been spilt on there? What chemicals has that lab coat been around that you're then going to put all over your dishes? No thanks. No. So then Construction Gold 8583 says, the only childish one was your mother. The only one who threw a childlike tantrum was her when you confronted her. I personally would have done the same. All she had to say the first time you asked for it was, yeah, I took it to Grandma's because you said you didn't need it anymore. And you guys could have had a conversation from there. However, her lying and deflection meant that she knew what she was doing was wrong, and she knew what she did would upset you. Exactly. And then Master Yasha says, this is precisely the issue. If she had just not thought about it and made a mistake by assuming, that would have been one thing. But hiding it and lying means she was intentionally keeping it from you and thought that you shouldn't have done it. If she can't respect your things and will damage them intentionally, she shouldn't have access to them anymore. Yeah, exactly. Like, I would be so annoyed just the fact that someone had blatantly disrespected my belongings that way, because I'd be like, well, now I'm going to worry about every other bloody thing I've got in this house, aren't I? And whether you're going to decide to do something with that too. Last post for the day. Am I overreacting? Is there a logical reason for my girlfriend to say stuff like this? I, 24, and my girlfriend, 23, will go from some of the sweetest convos to her saying stuff like this out of the blue. I'm sure I'm not the only person that has dealt with something like this, but honestly, just trying to get an answer from both sides. Have you done this before and why? And if it's happened to you, how did you go about the issue? It feels disrespectful to hear it from somebody that states that they want to be married to me one day. Her reasoning is that it's somebody famous and that there's nothing to worry about, but I don't see that as a reason to be able to tell my partner that I wish I could be with somebody else. Am I overreacting? So then we'll take a look at the text that was sent. So OP's girlfriend says, I'm so mad Mr. Beast is engaged. Mr. Beast? Really? That's who you're lusting after? Okay, but I'm judging you. Like, how the fuck did he have no girlfriend when I first watched him? Got one, got lucky enough they broke up, he shortly got another one later, then quickly proposed. Oh god, I am so concerned that this person is lusting after Mr. Beast, of all people. Ew, gross. Let's be honest, he's definitely dodgy. Anyone who's that loud about their philanthropic adventures is usually, yeah, not so great. But like, to be fair to the OP's girlfriend, I think, like, in a normal, stable relationship, it's quite normal to be like, oh yeah, I got a bit of a crush on this celebrity, because, you know, it's a celebrity. It's usually just a little bit of silly jokiness, although there are some people who don't like that, and, you know, if your partner doesn't like that kind of, like, banter, then don't do it. But, like, my dad, he'll always joke to my stepmom that he's going to run away with Sophie Ellis-Bextor. And it's been a running joke for years. And for her, I think it was Robbie Williams for a long time that she said she was going to run off with into the sunset. So, you know, it was just a bit of a silly joke because it's never going to happen. And, you know, it's very normal to see a celebrity and be like, oh, he's a bit nice, isn't he? Oh, she's a bit lovely. But yeah, I'm just really questioning the choice of the person more than anything, actually. But yeah, if the OP's uncomfortable with it, then, and they've said to their girlfriend they're uncomfortable with it, then of course there is a problem there if they keep doing it. But I would say it's quite normal to be like, oh yeah, joking about, oh, you know, when me and this big old celebrity are gonna get married, you know, blah blah blah. It's obviously never gonna happen. It's just a joke. But I do think that obviously there are people that aren't gonna like that, and that's fair too. So, down in the comments, Priscilla Pixel says, I have never seen a Mr. Beast simp before. That's new. Literally. And then Objective Speech 932 says, I think a lot of us are shocked. Ha ha ha. And then Sesame Stick says, this must be Mr. Beast propaganda. I've never heard a grown woman mention him in my life. Literally. Like, maybe a 5-year-old. Okay, so I think that's where we're going to leave it for today. If you made it all the way to the end with me, then I appreciate you very, very much. If you give a little like, subscribe, notifications on, that is your initiation into the Coven of Void. Welcome. Whatever it is you're doing for the day, I hope you have a really good rest of the day. Goodbye.